Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Today's our topic is electrostatics, chapter 1 of class 12 physics. Chapter name you all know, electric charges and field. This is my first lecture on YouTube for the class 12 physics, and here today's lecture will be very basic about the basic terms that involved in this chapter. So here our chapter, most of the part is related with this particular term, electromagnetism, the branch of physics that deal with the electric field, magnetic field, phenomenon that are based on those electric field and magnetic field. So electromagnetism is divided into two parts. First part is electrostatics. Electrostatics, you all know, when something is not changing with the time, that means it is static, it is at the rest. So electrostatic, when charges are at the rest. In that particular, we will study about the electric field, we will study about the potentials when charges are at the rest. Second part of electromagnetism is electrodynamics. In this particular, charge will be in motion. Q is in motion. So when charge will be in motion, there will be current. There we will study about the electrodynamical phenomena, and here we will study about these things. Here we will study about the alternate currents also, electromagnetic inductions also. So most of the part, part is covered by this particular electromagnetism. So today we will start with the first, electrostatics. In that first chapter, electric charges and field. So very basic term, very simple term. What do you mean by charge? So history of charge, it is written in our book also, and you all know that firstly it is found out, it is found near 600 BC. At that time, Thales of Miletus, that he told first about the charge, and then there was some phenomenon, charging by rubbing. You studied it. You studied about this phenomenon, charging by rubbing, in previous classes also. You know, when we are rubbing one thing with the another, so charge just get transfer from one body to another. So we will see how that thing is happening. चार्ज कैसे एक ऑब्जेक्ट से दूसरे ऑब्जेक्ट के ऊपर जा रहे हैं. सो जैसे एग्जांपल जो दिया हुआ है, दैट इज व्हेन वी आर रबिंग आवर ग्लास रोड विद द सिल्क क्लॉथ. सो व्हाट इज हैपनिंग? Glass rod, silk, and when we are rubbing, so one gets positively charged and one gets negatively charged. Names are given by Benjamin Franklin, that positive and negative charge. So firstly they were saying that the charge are of different kind. If there is negative, so here is positive, so here is negative. So how that charge were getting transferred, that we will see. And then we studied about the electroscope, gold leaf electroscope, that the device that we use to measure about the charges and the types of the charges. Then we will study in this chapter that what are the ways in which we can charge a body, conductor, insulator, and then the ways are charging by conduction, charging by induction. So today's topic will be very basic. So see, we are starting now. So charge denoted with the letter Q, capital Q. Its SI unit is coulomb. Charge. So how it comes in the picture, or when we are rubbing glass rod with the silk, or the plastic rod with the fur, or ebonite rod with the fur. So how charges are coming on those materials? So you all know that everything is made up by matter. And matter is what, when you will see matter on atomic level, so what is there? It is made up by the atoms. Inside atom there is nucleus. What is there? Proton, neutron, and in outside shells, electrons are revolving. Like this. You all know about the atomic structure. You studied about this in chemistry also, atomic structure. So whatever the amount of positive charge is here, same equal amount of negative charges outside. Now what is happening? For example, this is object A and this is object B. So in object B also, here will be positive charge and here will be some negative charge. So what is happening when we are rubbing? When we are rub one object with the another object, so what is happening? These outside electrons that are revolving in their particular cells, they are having electrostatic force. With that they are bound with this nucleus. But when the distance start increasing, more will be the distance from the nucleus, lesser will be the force on that electron. And the outermost shell electron is what हम उसको बोलते हैं valence electron, valence shell electron. So what will happen when we are rubbing, we are giving, kinetic energy is transferring into thermal energy. Electrons are getting thermal energy when we are rubbing, and when they will get energy, they will get that much amount of energy that they can break that electrostatic force जिसके साथ वो यहाँ पे bound है इस nucleus के साथ. तो अगर जो हम thermal energy उसको दे रहे हैं, we are trying to give kinetic energy, and then that kinetic energy transferred into thermal energy, and when they are getting that energy, so after certain amount of the energy, when they will be able to break that force with with which they are bound with the nucleus, so what will happen? They will free from here, and they will free and they will go to the second one. So now see, when the electrons are going from one body to another, so what is happening? There will be a kind of charge. What is there? So for example, one electron is going from here to here. So those objects who are giving electrons, they will get positive charge, and those who are taking the electrons, they will get negative charge. So from here we will say that body is positively charged or negatively charged. So when I am saying now that we are rubbing glass rod with the silk, so glass rod gets positive charge, silk gets negative charge. It means what? Glass rod is giving electron to silk cloth. For example, see, this is glass rod. If I am saying this is glass rod and here is this cloth is silk. So when we are rubbing glass rod and silk, we are rubbing them. So what is happening? Electrons are going from glass rod to silk, and when electrons are going, so it will get positive charge, and because silk is taking the electrons, so what will be the charge on this? It will be negative charge. So this we call charging by friction, and from here we get to know that there are two kind of charges, positive and negative, and we also got to know that there are some properties like positive. If the polarity of the charges are same, because what happened when they did this experiment, so they after experiment what they did, that glass rod comes in contact with the another glass rod. So what is happening? That is positively charged, that is positively charged, both will repel. They did same with the silk cloth, fur cloth. So after doing all these experiments, they did this experiment with the pith balls also. So what they observe, when the charge is positive, so they will repel, same kind of the charge, positive or negative, same kind of the charge, so balls will repel. But if the charge is of opposite side, so what will happen? They will start attracting each other. So it will be like this, positive and negative. So that ball starts attracting each other. So from here, this was very basic, and I know that you all know also about these things. So charges are of two types, positive and negative. Benjamin Franklin gave the name to them, and what is the property? That if they are opposite, they can attract. If they are same, they will repel each other. So okay, if you will define charge, so you will define it is the intrinsic property of the matter, or we can say it is the fundamental property of the matter, like mass. But there is some difference between the charge and mass. What are the difference? Very basic. Charges are of two types, you all know, positive and negative, but mass is always positive quantity. Now the second thing is what? If in some case I am saying that there is no charge on any object, so it doesn't mean actually there is no charge. It means there are equal number of positive and negative charge, so body is neutral. So we can say that effect of the charges are equal and opposite, so they can cancel out. But it doesn't mean that the body has zero charge. There will be charge, but that a neutral one. The one thing that is important, charge always comes with mass. When you are transferring charge, that I said ki when we are rubbing two objects with each other, so electrons are transferring from one body to another body. So when electrons are transferring, with that mass will also transfer. Charge always comes with the mass. If you will talk about the mass, that mass also comes with the charge, but in some case if there is neutral, so that will be no charge kind of effect. So we can say mass, there will be charge, there will be neutral charge also, there will be positive negative charge, but charge always comes with the mass. when it is neutral, when I am saying charges are neutral, so we can say that there is nothing, no charge. So mass, it is not always that comes with the charge, because if there is neutral, no charge. But when we are talking about the charge, charges are transferring, so with the charge always mass also will get transferred. So now we will see about some difference. First is what? Charges are of two types, positive, negative. Mass is always positive. We never studied that mass is negative. Second thing is what? Charge does not depend upon the velocity of the object. Charge does not depend. Q does not depend upon velocity, or we can say speed, but mass. There is formula. M is equal to m naught 1 minus v square by c square. So from this formula we can say very clear that it depends on the velocity of the object. M naught is the rest mass of the object. Rest mass when the body is not moving. When it is at the rest, so that mass is m naught. M is the mass when body is moving. So now c is the velocity of light with which we are comparing, and v is the speed or velocity with which we are moving. So this is very clear that we cannot move faster than the speed of light. So this factor is always less. This factor is less, so what will happen? That this particular factor will always comes less than 1, and when it will be less, so it will be more. So we can say when we are in motion, so mass will be more. Mass, when we are running at that time, mass will be more, just because of this particular factor. Third, now see, what we were studying, charge. And there, charge is what? Charge is like the fundamental property of the matter. It is intrinsic property of the matter, because it is inside, atom. There is positive charge, outside that there is negative charge. So we can say charge is intrinsic property of the matter, like mass is the fundamental property of matter. But there are some difference also. So what are the difference that we will see? Charge and mass. Now first thing, very clear. Charge, two kind of charge, positive and negative, both are there. Mass is what? Positive always. Second thing is what? That force may be attractive, it may be repulsive. That depend that if of the same kind of the charge, so they will repel. If the opposite kind, they will attract. Mass is what? When we are applying gravitational force between the masses, so that is always attractive. Force is always attractive here. See, mass can never be like zero. We cannot say that mass is zero, other than that, like photon के केस में rest mass is zero, but mass, if we are talking about the other materials, mass cannot be zero. But in case if an object have equal positive and equal negative charge, so what will happen? It is neutral. We can say charge is zero. Other than that, what are difference? Charge is quantized property. Mass is not quantized. Now, what do you mean by quantized? That is important. See, quantized means चार्ज को जब हम ट्रांसफर करते हैं ना, सो चार्ज ऑलवेज ट्रांसफर इन फॉर्म ऑफ अ कंप्लीट नंबर. मिनिमम चार्ज दैट एग्जिस्ट इंडिपेंडेंटली इज व्हाट? Charge on an electron or the proton. The amount is this 1.6 into 10 raised to the power minus 19 coulomb. If I am talking about the electron, this charge is the smallest amount of the charge that exists independently. That is very important, that independent, because other than that also there are quarks, up quarks, down quarks, bottom, top, charm quarks, strange quarks. So those quarks are, but like proton is made up by 2 up quarks and 1 down. So what is that? 1 up quark is equal to plus 2 by 3 of electron. So this charge is not exist independently. So that's why we cannot take this. So what I am saying, the smallest amount of the charge that exists independently is this much on an electron. So quantized means what? When electrons are transferring from one object A to another object B, so they always transfer in integer multiple. Like we can say, if either 1 electron will transfer, or 2 will transfer, or 3 or 10 or 1000 or whatever the amount, but it will be a complete amount. It will never go like 2.5 electron transferred. It's not possible. 3.5, 1.5. So that is not possible. Always full number of electron will transfer from one object to another. And what is the formula of this? See that capital Q is equal to N E, where Q is the total amount of charge, Q is the total amount of charge, and N is what? Number of electron transfer. Total amount of charge, N is number of electrons, and E is the amount of charge on electron. That if we are taking magnitude, we are writing magnitude, so we will write that. Okay, so this is the charge of electrons. So whenever we are transferring electrons, so they always transfer in a full number, whole number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this. Okay, but mass is not quantized. So this is the next difference. Charge is quantized, mass is not quantized till now. So it is quantized. It is not quantized. Okay. Now listen, next difference is what? Charge are conservative. Charge are conservative. Like energy conservation, we all studied, neither created nor destroyed. Same way, charges are also conservative. Charge can neither create it nor destroy it. It just transfer from one form to another form. Or form is what? Electrons will go. So the body from where the electrons are going is what kind of the charge it will take? Positive. The donor will give the positive charge, and the acceptor that are taking the electrons will get the negative charge. But the whole amount, total amount will remain same, that is conserved. But in case of the mass, it's not possible because E is equal to mc square, very famous Einstein equation. Mass can be transferred into energy, so it is not conservative. These are conservative also. Between the charges, the force that can act are electrostatic force, gravitational force also possible. Here मास, अगर हम मास की बात करते हैं तो देयर इज ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स एंड अदर देन दैट न्यूक्लियर फोर्स आल्सो exist here like between proton and neutron inside the nucleus. So proton and neutrons are heavy particles and they are bound together inside the nucleus with nuclear force. So in case of the mass there is gravitational nuclear force. In case of the charge we can say gravitational force also can exist, and other than that what kind of the force is there? Electrostatic force is there. So these are the basic difference between the charge and mass. Two kind. Simple. There is attraction, repulsion. Attraction only. Mass is zero, not possible. It's not possible that mass will be zero, but it will be neutral. It is quantized. It is not quantized. Quantized means always transfer in an integer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this. Charge is conservative, mass is not conservative. So these were the basic difference. And one more thing, charge always transfer with mass. Charge always transfer with mass. So if from object A electrons are going in object B, so electrons are going from here, so what kind of the charge? Positive. What kind of the charge? Negative. But what will affect on the mass? Mass will be less here. Mass will be less. Why? Because when one electron is transferring, so charge is transferring with the mass also. So mass में change आता है. So these were the basic difference between the charge and mass. Now we will study about that device, gold leaf electroscope. So gold leaf electroscope is a kind of device. With that we can find out about the charge, what kind of the charge is this, and what is the polarity of that charge. It is positive or it is negative. So now see about that thing. Okay, so now we will study about the device that can be used for measuring the charge, what kind of the charge and presence of the charge. Both we can find out with the help of that device, and that is known as the gold leaf electroscope. Before gold leaf electroscope, there was one that was known as pit ball electroscope, but that was not that much useful. Why? The reason were two. First thing, that pit ball electroscope we can use to find out the presence of charge, but we were not able to find out what kind of charge was that. It was positive or it was negative. So polarity of the charge we were not able to find with the pit ball electroscope. The second thing was what, that pit ball was very light, so deflection may be possible, some other outer reason. So that's why also, so pit ball electroscope was not useful that much, and in place of that the new device that we are using, that is what, gold leaf electroscope. So gold leaf electroscope is device that we use to measure or to find out the presence of charge and the kind of charge and the type of charge. It is positive or negative type of charge. Both we can find out. Very simple. The structure is what kind of structure? See, there is a glass. Outer side is of glass, and then it is covering is of glass, and then it is covered with the insulated material here. Here a metal cap. Metal cap is connected with a copper rod. Copper rod that is coming from here. This insulation is, insulation is forward. That charge cannot go out from here, outer part, and this copper rod is like this inside, and at the end point there are leaves. Gold leaves, very thin strips. So I'm just showing, I'm not good drawing. See, so these are gold leaf are here. This wire is of copper because copper is very good conductor. Copper, and here this outer part of this is made up by the glass. Here it is insulation, insulator. So this is a kind of diagram of gold leaf electroscope. Now first thing, we can find out the presence of charge by method of conduction also and induction also. Very simple difference. In case of the conduction, there will be direct contact with the conductor or with the apparatus, and in case of induction there will be no direct contact. Without touching with the device, we can find out the presence of charge. So we can simply do, for example, we rub glass rod with the fur or the silk and we got the positive charge on that glass rod. Now I am taking that positive charge glass rod near this metal cap. So what will happen if I will touch that positive charge? Before touching, what was the position of gold leaf here? They were fully collapsed with each other. They were like totally like this. There were no diversion between the leaves. So now I am touching this metal cap with the positive charge. So what will happen after that? There will be electrons will go from here upside to this, and what will left here? More amount of the positive charge. See, I'll make one clear diagram. See. It's very simple. If this I am saying copper rod, this copper rod is here, this is, and here insulator, it is connected with here, then it is connected here, and then there is metal cap. Now what I am saying that here there is two leaves. Now these leaves, they are fully collapsed, there is no diversion inside this, but when we are touching anything positive or negative rod here, so we will take two cases. Firstly we will take negative rod and then we will take the positive one. So what will happen? If we are taking a rod that is having negative charge here and we are touching this with this metal cap, so after coming in contact with this, what will happen? These electrons will go inside this, and through this copper conductor, electron will come on both these leaves and the leaves will diverge. Now the position will be like this. This one also negative charge, this one also negative charge. So there is diversion. So what we can say, by when they any conductor or any rod that is having a kind of charge, when we are touching it with this metal cap, so this particular leaves will get divergent. More will be the diversion, more will be the amount of charge on that. Now I am only saying about the presence of charge, not the type of charge. If we are taking positive rod here, so what will happen if we are touching it with the positive rod? So now what will happen? Again they were in the position of fully collapse. They were very near to each other. There were no diversion and no electron. It was uncharged. Uncharged means, you are getting me now. What do you mean by uncharged? Uncharged means positive and negative charges are in equal amount. So now I am saying on that same metal cap, this is copper and here are those leaves. This is metal cap. Now I am saying that I am touching it with a positive kind of material, positive rod that is having positive charge. So what will happen when it is positive charge? So electron will start flowing through this copper wire, through this metal cap, and electrons will transfer in this. When electron will transfer in this, so what will happen? Electrons are going from here to here, and when electrons are going, so what kind of the charge left? Positive, and again there will be diversion. I hope that you are getting this point. See, when proton cannot move, electron only can move. Electrons are lighter in comparison of the proton. Protons are very heavy. Protons are heavier than electron, like 1836 times heavier than the electron. So proton cannot move. What will happen when we are taking positive rod here? So electron from this conductor, because we are using copper. Copper is very good conductor. Here we are using gold leaves that are also conductors. So what will happen? Electron will start flowing through here, and with the help of this metal is also conductor, and it is touching with this rod. So electrons will go from here to here, and what kind of the charge left here? Positive charge. And when positive charge, so what will happen? Again there will be a divergence. So we can say that with the help of positive or negative, both kind of the rod, we can find out the presence of the charge. This was happening by conduction when we are touching. If we will not touch, then also it is possible by the principle of induction also. See how? Now if I will say without touching, by induction, that also possible, we can find out the charge. How? See, again metal cap, copper, there is insulation, and here this is glass vessel, and inside this is copper wire. Again there are two leaves, A and B. There is no divergence, they are fully collapsed to each other. Now what will happen? This is uncharged, means positive equal and equal number of positive and equal number of negative charge here. Now I am saying I am taking one rod that is having negative charge, and without touching it is having negative charge. So what will happen? Tell me this thing. When negative charge is here, because of the induction, positive charge from this copper, they will come here on the metal cap. And what will left when positive charge will come here? What will left here? Negative charge. So when negative charge will left here, what kind of the thing will happen here? When, because it is of the same polarity, so again there will be divergence. Because positive charge will go upside, what will left? Electron, and same kind of the charge, there will be divergence. So this is by the induction. Again we can say that there is charge. Now by this method we can tell about the type of charge also, that I will tell. Now wait. So this was happen in case of the negative. Now what will happen if I will take the positive rod here? In place of negative, if I will take one rod that is positive and without touching, I am not saying I will touch this thing, there is no conduction, by induction only I am saying. So when there is positive charge, what will happen? Electron will flow from here, and what will left? Negative charge, and here what will left? Positive. So again there will be divergence. Firstly position was what? It was like this. I need to draw this diagram again and again, otherwise it will be very it will be not clear to you. See, metal cap, insulation, and here the glass vessel, again this, and there are two leaves. Okay, so now see what I am saying, negative charge, rod that is having negative charge. So when negative charge will be here, what kind of the charge will left? Metal cap hai. What kind of the charge left? Positive. Negative charge will flow, and most of the negative charge will go here, and when negative charge will come, so position will change. It will like this. So we prove that by both the method, by induction and by conduction, both method we can find out the presence of the charge. Presence of charge in case of a gold leaf electroscope. So now we need to find out that what is the kind of charge, it is positive or it is negative. So for that what we will do, we will take a charged electroscope. For example, I am taking positively charged electroscope. We touch that with the body of positive charge. Firstly it was uncharged, then we touch that with the glass rod having positive charge. So that gold leaf electroscope also become positively charged. So condition is this now. It is like this. Here this, and it is like this. Positive, 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 positive. It is like this. Got it? So now I am taking a positively charged electroscope, and now what we will do, we will take a rod that is negatively charged. दोनों केस लेके करेंगे. We will take a rod that is negatively charged, and by conduction I am saying I am touching this rod with this. So when I will touch this rod here, what will happen? Electron will go from here to here, and when electrons are going inside this through this metal cap, electrons are going, so what will happen? The amount of positive charge will be now less. Divergence was this. When electron will transfer from here to here, so positive charge will be less and there will be less divergence in comparison of the first case. So when the leaves will starting coming near to each other, so what we can say from here, firstly first position was this was first position. Now when we are touching this rod with this, so what will happen? Electrons start coming and they will balance the positive charge. They will balance. It means positive charge will become less now, and when the positive charge is becoming less, what is happening? These strips, these gold leaves will come closer to each other because positive charge is decreasing now. So what we can say, amount of the charge by this rod charge, we can tell what kind of the charge is this. So when we are touching charged electroscope with the negative, and if they are coming nearer, so what kind of the charges they are? Positive. Simply we have any gold leaf electroscope, we are touching that gold leaf electroscope with a negative charged rod, and the gold leaves are coming closer to each other. So when they are coming closer to each other, it means it was positively charged. That's why they are coming near to each other. Now the second case also, see, in second case what will happen? Second case में भी बिल्कुल ऐसे ही, we will take a rod that is positively charged, and when we are taking a rod that is positively charged, so what will happen? So when we are taking positive, so again we are taking a gold leaf electroscope that was positively charged, fully positively charged, there was no negative charge, positive. And now what we are doing, we are touching this with a rod that is positively charged. In last case what we did, negative charge rod was there. So when we are touching it with the positive one, now what will happen? Tell me. Electron from here start flowing through this copper wire and through this metal cap. Electrons start coming in this. Electrons will start and they will neutral or balance some positive charge. So when electron will go from this deficiency of electron, what kind of the charge will come? Positive. So divergence will become more. Earlier the divergence was this, first case. Second case is this. So if any gold leaf electroscope, when we touched with a positive charged rod, and if the leaves are going further away from each other, they are going far from each other, so what is kind of charge there? Positive. So both kind. अगर तुम negative rod को लेके आते हो इसके पास, तो what was happening? Leaves were coming closer. Leaves, earlier case was this, first and second case is this. The leaves were coming closer. अगर तुम पॉजिटिव रोड को लेके आते हो, सो दिस वाज द फर्स्ट केस, एंड इन सेकंड केस दे विल रिपेल मोर ईच अदर. सो यू कैन फाइंड आउट द टाइप ऑफ चार्ज आल्सो. नाउ फॉर एग्जांपल दिस वाज विद द हेल्प ऑफ कंडक्शन. अगर हम इंडक्शन की बात करें कि विदाउट टचिंग हाउ वी विल गेट टू नो. सो सी, इफ वी आर नॉट टचिंग द इलेक्ट्रोस्कोप, then how we will find out what kind of the charge is there? Again, very simple method. See, we will take one rod again. So here again we are taking a charged gold leaf electroscope, positively charged gold leaf electroscope. Okay, what we are doing, we are taking a rod that is having negative charge. Okay, this rod is having negative charge, and we are taking it near to this metal cap. We are not touching this, just near to this. So what will happen? Because of the induction, what kind of the charge will be there? Positive charge. And if electron will be here, positively charged rod means what? That there is more amount of positive charges there in comparison of negative. It doesn't mean that there is no negative charge. There is negative charge, but the value of that is less. So what will happen? Positive charge will left here, and here the downside. See, this was the earlier situation. See clearly, earlier situation is this. positive everywhere. But when we take a rod that is negatively charged near to this, these positive charge shift upward. Or actually positive charge doesn't move, but we can say negative charge. Electrons from here come downward. Electrons from here come downward. They will balance some positive charge, and the now amount of positive charge will be less, and that's why diversion will be less. This was first case. This is second case. So when we are taking in induction method, I am talking about. The last was conduction, now it is induction. So in induction method, what is happening? Negative charge rod is here. So what is happening? The leaves are diverging now. They are diverging less than the previous case. This was the first, this was the second case. So what is happening here now? That we can find out the charge. See if it is negatively charged here. So what kind of the charge? Positive charge were there. That's why it is coming. Same way, अगर हम यहाँ पे positive लेके आते हैं, then what will happen? Tell me. Always remember, electron will move, proton will not move. See, same way. Very simple. And I hope कि तुम सबको समझ में आ रहा है. See, ये positive charge है fully. Positive charge fully means बच्चा यहाँ पे electrons भी हैं. They are balancing with some of the positive charge. If I am saying ना that body A is positively charged, इसका मतलब वहाँ पे पॉजिटिव की वैल्यू ज्यादा है नेगेटिव से. इट डजंट मीन कि नेगेटिव बिल्कुल भी नहीं है. ठीक है. सो सी दिस इज पॉजिटिवली चार्ज एंड आई एम टेकिंग अ रोड दैट इज ऑफ पॉजिटिव चार्ज नियर टू इट. आई एम नॉट टचिंग दिस because it is induction method. When we are not touching, so what will happen? Because of the induction, electron will start flowing from here, and when all the electron will come in the upside, so this cap will become like this, more negative and less positive, and positive will be downward. Positive will be more in the downward side. So what will happen? There will be more diversion. I think you are getting this. See, when the electrons, firstly there was be positive, there was also positive, there was also positive. Now this rod is positive, so it will attract electron, and when electron will go upside, so here what kind of the charge will left? Positive, more positive. So there will be more diversion. Okay. So by this method you can find out the polarity of the charge, that what kind of the charge there, and you can find out the presence also. Polarity and presence of charge we can find out with gold leaf electroscope by both method, conduction as well as induction. Now I'll tell you what is conduction, what is induction. I hope you also got it in very simple topic. Conduction is what? When we are touching any metal with the another object or another metal or another uncharged object. So what will happen? Electron will transfer from one body to another body when they are in contact with each other. And induction means what? When they are not really in contact, but because of the charge property that the opposite charge attracts, there we can charge another body. So now the next topic is what? The ways of charging. How we will charge any object? By conduction, by induction, by rubbing. Rubbing, I already told in starting that electrons, the outermost cell electrons are binding with the less electrostatic force, and when we are rubbing, we are giving energy, and by taking that energy, electron will transfer from one object to another. So that is the method of rubbing. Second is conduction. In conduction, actually what is happening? We are touching one object with the another one, and when they are touching, so electron will transfer. Main and the third one is what? Charging by induction. So now we will see about that thing. Okay. So see. Okay, now see two methods, charging by conduction and charging by induction. Very simple. What we will do, we will take one uncharged body, or we can say neutral body, equal number of positive, equal number of negative charge, and this body is on an insulating stand. We can say the stand is insulating. Why we are taking it on insulating stand? So that electron cannot go from it to the earth. Electron cannot transfer from here. So that's why it is on insulating stand. Insulating stand. Okay. So charging by conduction means what? what? For example, we take a glass rod, we rub that with the silk. After rubbing it with the silk, glass rod will get positive charge. And when we will touch that positively charged rod here, what will happen? Electron will start transferring from here. When electron, not all of the electron, but some of the electron will get transferred into it. And when electron will get transferred into it, what will happen here? See, the diagram will be like this now. Here will be positive and less negative charge, you know. So for example, now what will happen? Insulating stand again. So very simple. So here deficiency of electron will there and more number of proton will be there. So what we will say that body is positively charged. It's very simple. If we will touch it with the negatively charged rod or with a negative charged object, what will happen? Electron will go inside this. Electron can only move. They will neutral these positive charge. More number of electron left, and when more number of electron left, so what will happen? More number of electron means body will be negatively charged. So by conduction you can easily charge. Now see about the induction. In case of induction, what I am saying, again we will take a body that is neutral, means equal number of positive and negative charge. For example, like this. Like this. Okay, neutral insulating stand, so that charge cannot move to the earth. Now what will happen? By in case of induction, again we will take that glass rod that is positively charged after rubbing with the silk. But now what will happen? See, we are not touching that glass rod. So without touching, what will happen? Electrons will try to come this side. When electrons will try to come this side, for example, some of the electron will shift this side. So more of the electron will come towards this and positively charged part will be this side. So what will happen now? We want only one kind of the charge, because if we will remove this rod from here, again the equal amount of the charge will distribute. So body is not charged, body is again balanced charge, neutral. So what we will do? We will do earthing. What we will do? We will do earthing. We will connect it with the wire conductor to the earth. When we will connect it to the earth, what will happen? Electrons from the earth, they will come and they will balance these positive charge. You know, it will balance. So most of the positive charge will balance by the earthing. And after that, what we will do? Firstly, we will remove earthing. हमें अर्थिंग को पहले हटाना है. अगर हमने अर्थिंग को पहले नहीं हटाया, and we will remove this thing first, so what will happen? These electrons can go inside the earth. So there is no benefit of that. So what we will do? Firstly we will remove earthing and then we will remove this glass rod. So what will happen? This was the conductor firstly, and after putting here positively charged rod, most of the negative charge come this side and positive charge is this side, like this. So what will happen when we will connect it with the earthing? Because of the electron flow, these positively charged will get balance. And what kind of the charge will left here? When we will remove earthing, so the diagram will be like this. More electron this side, positive part is balanced and rod is here. Positive, positive, positive. And after removing earthing, we will remove this part also. And when we will remove this part, electron will go this side. So what will left? Only negative charge will left. So body is what kind of charge now? Negatively charged body is there. So this is without connection, without touching. If we will take here negative charge, what will happen? Positive charge will come this side. Positive charge will come. Most of the positive charge will come this side. Negative charge is this side. So what will happen? Again we will do earthing. In this case, what will happen? Electron will flow from here to here. When electron will flow, they go inside the earth. What kind of the charge will left? Mostly positive charge will left here. We will remove earthing, then we will remove this rod and we will get the positively charged body. So by conduction, we can get the charge, a kind of charge on a body. So these were the method. Rubbing I already told. Now in the next lecture we will start with the main topics, that is Coulomb law. We will study about the force due to Coulomb law, superposition principle, numericals, and how we will find out Polygon problems we will solve. Okay. So this was all about today's topic. Thank you.